Welcome to Brooker Bonsai, and today we're going to be looking at my Scots Pine that I've grown from a seed. I've shown a few of my Scots Pines over the past couple of weeks, and they were all actually started at the same time. So I've got ones that are like this big, right down to ones that are a bit more compact like this. But they're just as old as each other. So it really goes to show that different bonsai techniques can really impact the tree. For this one, I wanted something really kind of craggly and twisted, but I wanted to grow it really slowly. Whereas my other trees, I'm going for more of a literati style, so I want to grow them rapid, really tall, and then once they reach the desired height, that's when I come in and continue to ramify them. So today we're going to be looking at this tree. It was repot this spring and it's responded really well. I can see that the roots, the pot's already full of roots, and potentially seeing how I feel early spring next year, I might decide to repot it as well. But today all I'm going to do is come in and cut back the branches, do a little bit of branch selection and get it all ready for winter. I can see there's lots of back budding that's happened this year, which is really good to see. So now it's time to cut the tree back so that those buds can be activated and grow out. So I'm going to zoom you in and take a look at the tree. So this tree doesn't have a front yet, but this is, I guess, the current front. Coming round to the side, on the back round to the side, and back to the front again. You can see all of this inner growth here. We've got lots of buds forming, so it's really good. The tree's quite healthy, so I'm going to cut back these really long branches and kind of seal all the wounds and get it ready for wintering. So if we start on, where should we start? The first branch, we've got a bud coming in here, which I might decide to keep, and then one here as well. So this one I'm going to prune back, leaving a stump. Going to remove some old needles, and hopefully this will then activate the bud here, and potentially this bud as well. Coming up into the tree, we can see that we've got 3 buds now starting to form. So we've got a branch kind of heading back in towards the tree, branch out to the side here, and then the branch continues outwards. So I'm actually going to remove the larger back branch, reducing it to 2 branches, and that'll help build up taper in the trunk. You'll notice there I've left a little bit of die back space, and I'll also seal the cut at the end. We've got some branches growing kind of underneath here and inside the crotch. So you can see here we've got this branch growing, which I'm not going to want to keep, so we can remove that. And there's a bud growing underneath again, which we don't want, so we can remove that. Going to just remove some of these downward facing needles as well, and just give the branch, the inside of the branch, a bit of a tidy up. So that's all tidied up. There's a little bud there as well that we can pull off. So I'm actually really surprised how many buds the tree's put out, despite having quite a lot of roots pruned off this year. So it's really pleased to see that it's responded well to repotting. This branch selection will make the tree slightly weak, so what I want to do is let it probably grow for one more growing season, and then next year probably repot it now. So coming up the side branch here, you can see we can reduce it back like that. Just going to remove some dead needles, used needles. The tree's dropping, and we've got actually a really nice bud growing in the crotch here, which I'm going to keep because that could be our leader for the tree once it's grown out again. So that's the tree all pruned up. I'll zoom you in and give you a 360 view of it now. So here's the front of the tree. Moving around towards the side, to the back, and then back round to the side and to the front. So these are the branches that I removed today. For the size of the tree, some quite substantial ones. This is quite a big branch here, and it'll really help give it some nice taper. So the last thing I'm going to do before I put it back out on the bench is to seal up the wounds with some cut paste. This is what I use. It's not a sponsor, but it's a cut paste that I really like. I've had it for absolutely ages, and it's really good quality, so I'd recommend it to anyone. So all I'm going to do is just come in with the cut paste and dab it on those branches that I've just cut off. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching my pruning my little Shohin Scots Pine. I think this tree is coming on really nicely. I like the taper. It's beginning to build ramification as well in the branches, and it's responding really well and quite vigorously to the bonsai techniques. So I'm going to put this back out on the bench, and it will stay outside in as much sunlight as I can over winter. It does get quite wet and rainy where we are, so I need to keep an eye on that to make sure that the roots aren't staying too wet and that the tree's doing okay. But to be honest, the soil that I'm using should really help. It's half perlite, half Akadama, and it really holds its consistency. I can see the surface of the soil. The soil hasn't broken down at all yet, which is a good sign, and that should hopefully give enough air inside the pot for the tree to remain healthy over winter. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one.